Chris again, back again with another V6 G8 video. Today I'm going to be swapping my old diff out of my car to this 345 LSD that I picked up locally for around $800 Canadian. I know some of you guys are going to be like, yeah, it's pretty expensive, but I checked out at wrecking yards and everything. Everybody else wanted around $1,500 for this diff. And first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys how to take the seals out of this thing. Right here I got some new parts here. I got my axle seal. I ordered the ones for a Camaro 345 Differential just to make sure. Then I ordered some new axle nuts because they are a one-time use. You can reuse them. I'm just going to go ahead and replace them. And here I got my seal puller tool. Works really handy. You just kind of notch that in there like so. Just poof. It comes out. I'll show you on the other side because that side I did once already. Just turn this around here. You can see. I go in like that. Like so. Then you just, well, it's just tricky with only one hand here, but try to show you here. You just pull down on it and it should come out. Yeah, I'll have to do it with two hands, but you guys get the general idea. Then when you're putting the seals back in, you just press them in. I used a little flat Robertson screwdriver just to kind of beat the edge in a little bit. Make sure they are seated fully in. You'll feel a little lip right there when you have them all the way around in. And now we'll just jack the car up and take the back wheels off. Alright, I got the wheels off. I just used a 22mm socket and an air impact. Got it off quick and easy. Next step is to remove the brake caliper. And basically it's just these two 18mm bolts, which I'll point around here. This top one, right there where the pointer is. And this bottom one, right, let me see, right there, if you can see it. I've loosened that one off already. We'll just go ahead and get that out of the way and tie it up. Alright, basically to get the brake caliper onto my little stand, makeshift stand I got going here, basically just took a screwdriver and hammer, just hit this back, and then my next step here will be removing some of the exhaust system. Basically I'm going to be removing from basically where the tunnel brace is forward, just so we can get at the differential. It is right there. Alright, you can see I've removed my exhaust from where the tunnel brace is. You can see my carrier bearing there. Then now we have real good access to the differential. Can get really at it real good and pop this thing out. First step probably we'll want to do next will be to remove the drive shaft, which will be 3 bolts, which are here, here, and we'll have to rotate the drive, put it in neutral and rotate the drive shaft to get that last one out. Alright, I have decided I'm going to just remove all 6 bolts. You can see there's 3 that hook onto the yoke itself, and 3 that hold on the rubber spacer. I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of them, I think. And basically, I made this line here to just show mark 1 up, so I can put everything back pretty much the same way. Alright, I got all the bolts out. Basically the one just kind of screws into the receiver there, and it just screws out. This one's the 18mm that goes into the little carrier thing, whatever you want to call it. Then you got this one that goes from the drive shaft through to the rubber piece. I don't know what you want to call it, but the head of it is 18mm, the nut is 19mm, and basically it should be, well, it's pretty tight in here, so I'm probably just gonna have to remove the rest of the exhaust and drop the carrier bearing and possibly remove it from the front too, but I might just be able to get away with doing it from just the middle. Alright, I got the drive shaft off. Basically I just used a pry bar to pry it off. I had taken out the middle, the carrier, whatever you want to call it, in the middle there. Then basically just pried it off of here. I beat mine with the ends a little bit with the hammer just to make sure I could get it off. It was on there pretty good, so just have it marked so I know which side goes to the front, so I can basically really start to get at taking this diff out now. Alright guys, I got the one side of the axle out, the passenger side here. Basically I unbolted this control arm in the upper, and this piece here. All were 18 mil, so it was actually pretty. I had to fight with it to get this one to pop off. This was the easier one. The one on the other side probably be a little bit more tougher. But yeah, here's the axle out. Basically left it in the hub because I know when they were working on it at the dealer, they had a bitch of time getting it out of the hub. And yeah, I'll show you the other side here quick. This is basically side before you take it off. So there's the one here. I had unbolted that already, thinking I could just pry on this and get the axle out, but wasn't able to. I had to take a little bit more apart. There's the lower control arm towards the back, and the one bolt towards the front, and the lower one there. Some of these are a pain in the ass to get at, so it'll be a lot of fun. Then I'll just show you the axle right there. Basically, I was just prying right there. You can just, I can't really show you with my wrong hand, but yeah, basically that's how you pry them out. Alright, I've got both sides out. This is towards the passenger side. That's the driver's side. Now it's time to actually drop the differential. So there's 3 bolts that hold it up. One right there towards the back of the car. Then one right there towards the driver's side. And one to the passenger side. And the bolt size for these is the lovely 18 millimeter yet again. A lot of this has been 18 mil, so definitely get 2 wrenches just to make things a lot easier. Alright, I got the diff out. I'm just working on dropping it now. Basically just push it. I have my jack underneath it just so it doesn't actually just fall and crank me. But yeah, I should just be able to pop the bolts out, then just put her down, bring the new one, and lift it up. Alright, let's lower this down now. Hopefully it doesn't fall for me. Jack, there we go. Back in, it's hanging on. Let's push this forward. That'll work too. Alright. Nice and controlled. It's just, whoa, pretty much missed it all, but as you can see, hanging down there. Seems to drop out now. Come on. Oh, it helped. The bolt was still in there. Alright, the diff is finally out. This is just the little line that goes to the top of the diff here. And basically now I just gotta lift the new one in, clean up my splines a little bit, just because of dirt and whatnot. And then, yeah, get the new one in here pretty quick. Thought I'd show you guys a nice little comparison between the two. On the left hand side, where my foot is the 292 open, and this bad boy is the 345 LSD. Can't wait to get it in, really get the car tuned again and try her out. Well, after a week here, I finally got my differentials back. I just had to get a driveline shop to change over the yokes for me. Basically took the yoke that's originally on the V6 one and put it on my 345 diff here. Cost me around $100 One thing they did tell me that they didn't put back on was this dust cap. It wouldn't fit back on, and it shouldn't affect anything. They said it won't really affect anything. Shouldn't. And just not any seal for like oil or anything. It was just a dust cap, just to kind of keep a little bit of dust out of it. So it should be good, and I'll start throwing this thing in. Alright, I've got the diff back in. Just have it hanging there. Need to tighten up the bolt yet, but yeah. I just went, I put the back part in first here. This back splice in first, just so I could get it hanging. Then I just positioned my jack so I could get the front two in. Here, I'll just tighten it up and start putting everything else back together. Alright, I got everything tightened up. Just the bolts back. One bolt back here where my finger is, then one up here. Then on the other side, on this side here, towards the driver's side, I had to take the heat shield that goes off, or heat shield that goes right here, off, just to get at it with my ratchet and my wrench. Make sure you get it pretty tight. So I got it pretty tight. So yeah, should put the heat shield back on and put the drive shaft back on. Alright, I've got this side, the driver's side all put back together. Remember, it's just 18 millimeters on this bolt here, and this guy right there, then one right here as well. All 18 mil. I just have to tighten on the axle nut, and then put the brake back on. Probably have to bleed the brakes to get them back on. But as for this, the axle, it actually went in pretty much on all by itself, so just gonna spin it here. See, it's already engaged on this side, which is pretty awesome. Now I just gotta do the other side here. Alright, I've got my drive shaft all bolted back up and started putting back on some of the exhaust. I put the center carrier bearing back up before I slid it into the side. Slid in real nice. Tightened everything up real good. Should be good. Shouldn't have any vibrations from that. Yeah, I'll just keep putting back on the exhaust here. And once I got the exhaust all back on, I'll get the brakes put on and back on and stuff, and fill the diff up, and then I'll be ready to take it out for a test drive. Just so you guys remember, these ones here are the 18 mil that go onto the flange of the differential. Then these ones here, the head is 18, nut is 19 millimeter, and it goes through from the drive shaft to the rubber flex thing. I don't know, still can't figure out what it's actually called, but yeah. Alright, the next step in our process of changing differentials is refilling the differential. Basically what I've done is taken the fill plug, which is the top one up here. You can see the fill plug is right there, or that's the drain plug, I mean. Fill one is up top a little more. Basically what I've done is I stuck a piece of rubber hose I had laying around that was spare from my catch can install, and basically what I did is just kind of moved it on up through here, and basically just filling it with the EC Delco brand rear end lubricant. Might be a different part number for you guys in the States, but this was what came for us in Canada. Alright, I'm just about ready to put the wheels back on this thing. Had to get new brake calipers. Mine seized. I bled the brakes using a handy little tool I picked up at a Canadian Tire. Got my exhaust all back on, so hopefully no rattles or anything. So I should just basically just gonna have to put on the tires and give this differential a test. Alright, so the diff is all done, wheels back on, everything, got the brakes. Had a little bit of trouble getting the brakes going a little bit, but had to bleed all four corners. But yeah, everything's done. The diff works amazing, laid two real good patches with it. No more one wheel peels, happy to say. So, if you guys like what I'm doing with this thing, give it a like and subscribe, and should have some more videos for you guys in the future. See you later.